Hey, thanks so much for joining us for the Photo Party Station webinar. We're going to be talking about how you can use Photo Party Station to gain more corporate clients in your photo booth business. If you're not already a photo booth operator, this is also a great way to get into the photo booth business. The focus of today's talk is about some of the tools and features built into the Photo Party Station that are really going to get you access to some of the bigger name marketing clients and get you in the door to bring those clients some of the things that they're looking for in today's day and age. So we're going to talk about how Photo Party Station came to be. We're also going to talk about the state of the photo booth industry. We're going to talk a little bit about what corporate clients are looking for today. Then we're going to get into the nitty-gritty. We're going to actually look at the back-end settings of the software that comes on the Photo Party Station and walk you through a little bit of the ease of use and the functionality that comes preloaded in your Photo Party Station. So you can see some of the things that we've invented that make using Photo Party Station easier than some of the other options out there on the market today. At the end, we'll talk about how you can get started, some next steps to get you a Photo Party Station as soon as possible so you can bring that to the market. And then as we're talking today, we got Paul and Jason answering questions. You can type in a question as I'm talking, either by sending it to everyone on the list or by clicking the drop-down menu at the bottom left of your screen that probably says send to everyone right now. You can change it to say send to presenter, and that will go straight to Paul and Jason. Still be answering questions as I'm talking with you. So I expect we'll be on the webinar for about the next 20 minutes or so, and then all of us here in Photo Party Upload office are available during work hours Pacific time to answer your questions for the rest of today and moving forward here. So, and who we are. So right on your screen, what you're seeing right now is actually what the guest would see when they came up to the Photo Party Station. So you're looking at a screen share of the Photo Party Station's main 18.5-inch touchscreen monitor. This is what the guest sees when they approach. One thing you'll notice is we're able to customize, you're able to customize all of the ones that's seen on the screen, both the graphics and the text. So I've preloaded a graphic that's got some of the logos of the kind of the clients we've worked with and we've brought Photo Party Station to, so you can get a sense of what I'm talking about here. So our company, Photo Party, goes out and takes pictures for companies like the ones whose logos you see here. And we invented a tool called Photo Party Upload that most of you are familiar with, which is the iPad app. It's used by over 1,000 companies around the world currently, and about 800 of those are photo booth companies. Those companies, those photo booth companies, to give us feedback about what they liked about their existing photo booth software and their existing photo booth structure. We got a lot of feedback, and we took that feedback into account and used that to make Photo Party Station. So we both manufacture the Photo Party Station unit, and we also developed the software, the photo booth software, which is called Photo Booth Upload, that runs on the unit. The only way to get that software is to buy the unit. And it's really significant that we developed the software instead of using existing software that's out there, because what we found by asking these 800 companies for their feedback was that people were really asking for more features than what was available currently in the existing photo booth software. And they were asking for an easier to use backend, something that was drag and drop that didn't take a lot of learning curve to become familiar with. So we took all that feedback and put it there. So I'm going to be showing you that today. And then for the actual structure of the Photo Party Station, we heard that our photo booth users wanted something small and easy to set up. So the Photo Party Station fits in the trunk of any size car. It can be set up by one person in under 5 minutes. So I'm going to show you a video of the setup today so you'll see that in action. And then a really slick unit. So you'll see the Photo Party Station has rounded edges. It's sort of very slick, nice profile, all white. So that's how Photo Party Station came to be. But what's the context, the bigger context of the photo booth industry today that created the demand for Photo Party Station? And so what a lot of you have probably seen is that the price we're getting to go out to an event for a lot of photo booth owners has gone down significantly over the last couple of years. And so you see things like photo booth companies marketing their photo booth services on websites like Groupon and Living Social for really low rock bottom prices, and that's hurt a lot of photo booth owners. Now, where Photo Party Station comes into the equation here is it gives you an opportunity to not compete with the people who are doing a race to the bottom, and instead target a client who's willing to pay more, separate yourself from the competition who are charging these rock bottom prices because you're offering something that's higher quality and, more importantly, meets the needs of the corporate client who's willing to pay top dollar to bring a service that creates a guest experience that the guests will associate with the brand in a positive way. And that's really what this all comes down to. The photos are secondary for the brands that we're targeting. What's primary is that the guest is going to walk away from an event with an experience that they're going to remember. The experience comes from how you take their photo, the creativity you bring to the photo taking experience, and how you incorporate the brand into that photo. So that's some of the tools that Photo Party Station comes loaded with allow you to meet the needs of those clients to create a guest experience that they're going to remember favorably, they're going to talk about, and they're going to post on social media. So, so the corporate clients that have the budgets are the ones looking for the tools that we've brought, that we've made easy for you to bring to them. So what are some of those things that the corporate client is looking for? So let me show you here some examples of what we're talking about. I prepared a little presentation here to give you an idea of what we're talking about. So I'm going to pull that up right here. Okay, so so first off, I want to talk about the way things used to run. So Photo Party Station, in a lot of ways, presents an alternative to the status quo in how to deliver a guest experience, take photos on site, and then allow the guests to share those afterwards. So what you're looking at now, you've probably seen before. This is a photo redemption card that's used by a lot of photo services. Nothing wrong with the idea of taking a picture of a guest, handing them a card, and telling them to go online and enter their code to get it and then share it. The problem is you're creating a lot of additional steps for the guests. And each step that you make between them and sharing their guest experience or sharing their photo results in less follow by that guest. So the percentage of attendees that are actually go on the next day and enter this code and then share goes significantly down. Whereas what we have brought to market, the ability for the photo to be shared instantly. So if you take a look here, you'll see that, whoops, sorry about that. There we go. So our system will send those pictures wirelessly to iPads that you have with you, and the guests can share them instantly. So the percentage of guests who are sharing their photos is 100%. This is very significant, and it's an alternative to the old way of doing things. Take a look at this example here. The old way of getting a logo of your client into the pictures was to have a guest pose in front of a step and repeat. Of course, there's nothing wrong with that, but you're not creating a guest experience that's memorable. So take a look at the new way. These are all with the tools that come loaded on Photo Party Station. So in this activation, we were actually able to insert the guests into a Volkswagen car and color of their car and see themselves in it instantly. In this example here, this is for the Simpsons Treehouse of Horror. We made it look like the guest was being exploded out of the treehouse. And that's an experience they're going to remember, and they're going to want to share that photo. In the bottom left here, we have a photo we did for American Idol. So we just threw a fisheye lens into the camera. It's a professional DSLR camera that comes on the booth. And it's really made the guests feel like they were in American Idol. This is a photo this person is going to share. You know that. They're going to talk about it, and they're going to associate the experience with the brand. Lastly, I just did want to include one example here that wasn't for a corporate audience because there are a lot of really cool tools that we'll talk about in another webinar for private and social. So this is obviously the bride and groom. We took a picture ahead of time, and the guests interact with the bride and groom in a very memorable way. So we have the guests on their hands there in that picture. The other thing that the corporate client is looking for is not only the social media, but they're looking for data. So they want to share their data, their guest data, such as email address. We can do surveys. So if you're doing an event for sports drink, for example, you can ask the guest what their favorite flavor. You can ask if they're male or female, you can ask what their favorite sport is, and then cater the follow-up email blast that your client would send them based on their survey results. Of course, our system lets you do Facebook like buttons, so instantly from the booth, from the photo party station, or from an iPad, the guest can like your client or your photo company on Facebook. And here we show the data capture of the email address. This is all done from the photo party station itself and or from an iPad. So the last thing I wanted to show you on this presentation here was the ease of, so I have a video here that shows the entire setup from arrival to the time that the photo party station is turned on. So take a look. So as you can see in that video, the photographer was able to set up the photo party station in just about 2 minutes. The whole thing breaks down into 4: the base, the 2 pieces of the pole, and the unit itself. And so it's a really quick setup, small footprint. So what I wanted to do now was walk through the guest experience. So that's the front end of our software. And then what I'm going to do is take you to the back end of the software, the settings screen, where you will see how we use drag and drop to together with our new technology, make really innovative photos super easy to produce. So when the guest approaches the screen, they have the option for photo or video. So I'm going to photo option. I'm going to guest you this is a touch screen. What you see me holding in my hand is the wireless mouse and keyboard that comes with the unit. So as the guest, I would click on photo. One thing you may not be able to see over the webinar is everything moves in a really slick, really intuitive way. Things fly on the screen, fly off. It's really neat accessing them on their phone or iPad. Now check this out. Right now you see the green behind me. I'm sure you've noticed that. We have this set up where the photographer can load anything they want to use as a green screen background. So I have 4 green screens loaded on here right now, but I could have many more. And the guests can see themselves in that green screen by simply clicking on the green screen that they want. I'm going to use my keyboard to click so that I don't need to keep walking here. So for example, in the sample I showed you before, the guest can choose the purple car or click the red car, and they see themselves in it instantly. So I'm clicking the purple one here and the red one here. Now you'll notice I was instantly placed in the driver's seat without moving. And that's another key feature of our technology. It's a brand new technology. We call it smart placement. So without moving, the system knows where to place the guest based on dragging and dropping on the back end of the software that I'll be showing you later. So likewise, without me moving at all, I'm going to click on the American Idol background, and you'll see I'm instantly placed in the right place in the photo. So it looks like I'm sitting on the chair. I can point at the other talent that are on the panel with me and my photo taken. That's without me moving at all. Now check this out. As an extreme to that, on this next one, I didn't only drag and drop where I want the guest to be. Normally, I also, using the drag and drop features, was able to rotate the guest upside down, and they're going to see that in the live preview. So I'm going to click on the Cirque du Soleil sample here, and you'll see it instantly places me upside down so that it looks like I am hanging the trapeze here. So I can go ahead and take that. Here's the pre-customized text you make that just popped up. I'm going to put my hands in the air, and you got the countdown there. The guest is shown their photo right away, so there's a photo of me upside down. You'll see the next thing is the guest is able to add an effect to their photo just simply by clicking on it. So across the bottom here, there's some effect that we've offered to the guest. You turn these on or off. The guest simply clicks on it, and it's instant. So it's just the Andy Warhol. There's no processing screen ever in our program. So the guest sees whatever they want right away. Okay, so you can see there I'm changing the different photo effects. And I'm going to go ahead. I like that one a lot. It's a lot like Instagram, the way our photo effects work. So I'm going to hit accept. And then as you can see right from the screen, the guest has the option to print their picture. I'll click on that so you can see that screen. Now we have this set right now so that the guest is required to enter an email address and fill out a survey because we are working with the corporate client. That would be what's most important to them. So even though I'm printing, I'm prompted to enter my email address. The bottom text box here is where a disclaimer could appear. So if you're doing it for an alcohol company, you may need to ask the guest, do you agree that you're 21 years of age or older, for example? So I'm going to enter my email address. Now please note you can turn this off and let the guest just instantly print, or you can set the Photo Party Station software to just print automatically. So I'm going to hit agree. We're going to see the survey now. This is a survey I created. Again, you can turn this off or on. What's your favorite color? So go ahead and say, and how can we improve our service? And I'm just going to say it's great as is. Okay, so again, this is something you customize on the back end. I'm going to hit next. And here's my chance to like on Facebook. So I'm going to go ahead and hit like. So this is in this example, we're doing an event for Mitsubishi. So it says like Mitsubishi on Facebook. So I'm going to go ahead and say it remembers my email address. I'm going to enter my password and hit login. Okay, so I liked them on Facebook, so now it brought me to the print screen. If I had those other features turned off, it would have just brought me to the print screen directly. I'm able to choose my number of prints. So I'll hit 1 and hit OK. Your photos are being printed. Great. And if we did want to post to Facebook or email, I'll do email, see what that looks like. Again, it enters my email, and it allows me to enter an email address. I can add additional email addresses with a comma right there. Pretty intuitive, really easy to use. And if you'll notice on the right-hand side, we have the hotkeys for Hotmail, Mac, Yahoo, and Gmail. I'm going to go ahead and hit back to get us out of there, and I'm going to hit done. It's going to bring us back to the main. Now I'm going to show you the video feature real quick. With video, you're able to preload a video question. So in a lot of cases, your client has pre-recorded a video question, and that's what's going to play when I hit video. If you don't have that content from your guest, you can also type in a video question, and it will show your text. So I'm going to go ahead and hit video right now. It's going to play the question, and it's going to record me responding to that question. Here we go.
Hi, tell us your favorite place to drink Illy.
My favorite place to drink Illy is when I'm driving in my car. Hit finish recording. Okay, and again, the guest can share that video right away. Right, share. That. I come to the iPad, so we go from here. Oops. Back to that. Okay. You'll notice when I hit play, I've preset it so that it puts a commercial. This was a commercial that was made for Anthem Blue Cross. So the guests have to watch the Anthem commercial before they can actually see the video of themselves. So you'll see when the commercial ends, it goes into the video of me that I just recorded. There it is. Pretty cool. So that's how video works, and that video, again, can be shared with email, Facebook, or Twitter. So what I'd like to do now is show you the back-end settings. So that's where the real magic happens. So what you do when you want to set up a green screen, for example, is you stand right where the guest would be standing, and you hit S for settings. And it takes a screenshot of you standing there. And that's how you can drag and drop knowing where the guest will be. So for example, on my green screens here down at the bottom, on this green screen, I can drag them up and make a new green screen from scratch. So I'm going to hit cancel here. I'm going to exit out of this program and start from the beginning here so you can see the whole process from start to finish. So here's the program that we use, the photo booth upload. Okay, we're going to stand where the guest would stand, and I'm going to hit S for settings. I'm going to load a new green screen, and this is the entire back end is what you're seeing right now. Right at the top, I'm going to hit green screen, and I'm going to hit create new green screen, and I'm going to name it So I'm going to name this one Glee, the TV show from Fox. I'm going to hit Browse. I'm going to go to my desktop where I have that image placed. And our green screen system lets you choose a background. So here's my JPEG background. And it lets you place a PNG on top of it. Anything in the PNG will be in front of the guest, and anything in the JPEG background will be behind them. And hit OK. And now we see that new image appear. I want to position myself in this. I'm just using that wireless to position myself. I want the guest to be. See where I place myself, the guest will instantly be placed when they choose this background. So I think that looks good. The effect we're going for here is I want to make it look like I'm holding that cup of water and splashing it at the camera. The water's the PNG foreground. The green that says Gleek Out is the background. I'm going to select this green screen in the bottom right. You'll see it add to the user select list. That's so the guest can choose it rather than auto apply, which makes it so the guest has only one choice. They must use only one green screen, whichever is. So here on the filters tab, you'll see this is where the user the option to choose between these various filters here, such as Andy Warhol. And again, I can force a certain background. So if I want all pictures to be black and white, I can do that. I can also make it so the live preview has that that filter already on it. In my questions tab, this is where we have the ILI video, but I could also add a text question that I would type in if I wanted to. The last thing I want to show you on the page designer here is how easy it is to configure where your pictures will fall on your final JPEG, which could be uploaded or printed. So for example, have multiple pictures on a 4x6 page at various angles with logos around them. It's really easy to do. You ask your graphics person to design it in Photoshop like they want it to look, and tell them to leave a blank space where they want the photo to go. Let me show you what I mean. So I just clicked on Create New Page Layout. So that brings up the screen. I'm going to use the page layout we use at WPPI. This is going to be a 6x4, so it's horizontal. And I'm going to bring up that graphic I was just describing. So I go to this. And it's just a single file that your graphics person made for you, PNG. It's a normal graphic they're used to doing this. So I told my graphic designer I want logos at the top, I want one in the background, I want some text at the bottom, and I want you to please leave some three blank boxes where the photos are going to go. So now I'm just going to tell the system, again using drag and drop, super easy, how to place the photos in those boxes, where I want the photos to be. So on the bottom right it says Photo Holder. I'm going to click the plus sign there and choose the correct size. This is the ratio of your photos. So for me, it's 6x4 because, 4x6 because they're vertical pictures. And whatever message I type in here is going to appear when I take the photo. So I'm going to write hi. How about I write first photo? First photo. And I click OK. And I'm going to just drag that. Where I want that first photo to appear is where I'm going to drag it to. I want it slanted. So again, this is all the exact same stuff we did with placing our guests within our green screen. I'm just going to drag that into the space that I want it to go and resize it. That's where the first picture will be placed. Just by simply adding another placeholder, the software knows for my guest when this page design is selected, it will know however many placeholders there are. That's how many photos to take of each guest. So here I'm going to write second photo. Here we go. Second photo. Get crazy. And I'm going to place that right into the spot where we. Whoops, you know what? I forgot to make that vertical, but no problem. I can just right-click on that placeholder right here and change that to the 4:6 vertical ratio. And let's put that one all the way over here on the right. So again, I'm going to rotate. Super drag and drop, and just drop it right in that place with the graphics. Let's leave it at that. Normally we would add the third picture, but I want to move on here, so I'm going to hit OK. It's not selected yet. You'll see it's not selected. So I want to show you the green screen we made first, which is going to require horizontal over page design. I select this page design, and I'm going to hit OK. Now here we are. I'm going to hit Photo. And there's the new background we created. So you'll see as long as I'm standing right in the middle where I was when I hit S for settings and took that screen capture, it's going to place me exactly where we told it to. I'm able to put my hand out, make it look like I'm holding that cup, and hit take photo. It'll do a countdown for us here. 3, 2, 1. And there it is. That's great. So then I can add my photo effects if I wanted to. I like that one there. I'm going to hit accept. Great. And I'm going to go ahead and hit done here. Now, of course, you can turn off green screen mode and use this more like a traditional. So I'm going to do that now. I'm going to go to S for settings. And that's going to bring up the back. And let's select that new page design we made here. It's back at the right. So I got that selected. So now it's going to take 2 photos of every guest. It's going to show that text we created. And it's going to place those photos into the placeholders. I'm going to turn off green screen. So here I'm going to click disable. There we go. And let's go to our filters here. Let's say we were doing an Andy Warhol theme event. So I'm not going to give the chance to make their picture black and white, for example. I'm going to have all the pictures automatically be Andy Warhol. And I'm actually going, so here's the Andy Warhol, so I'm going to do that. And I'm going to turn on Enable Live Effect right here so that the guest actually sees the Andy Warhol effect in the live preview. So I'm going to hit OK. Great. And now you can see in the live preview there, it's automatically applying this Andy Warhol look to the photos. I'm going to go ahead and hit Photo. It's going to take my first picture. It shows that, remember I wrote in first photo. There's our first picture. Again, no processing at all. It just takes the picture right away. I'm going to hit accept. Watch it shoot that picture into the page design that we made, into space number 1. And now it's already taken the second picture. That's the message I wrote in. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. There we go. The second picture looks really good. I'm going to hit accept. It's going to shoot that into that second placeholder. There's my final page design, just like we made it with drag and drop, and it's ready to share. So that hopefully gives you an idea of how easy drag and drop is. Making a photo strip works the exact same way. So super easy to use. As soon as a guest goes there to upload that picture, they're given the chance to like your client on Facebook. Survey results are put into a spreadsheet for you. So that's the quick overview. We'd love to talk to you about any more specific questions that you have and about getting you started so that you can really open up the door to some corporate clients in your area. So we're available for the rest of the day. If you have any questions, you can give us a call. Our number is 310-817-0998. We'll type them for you as well. You can also always find more information at photopartystation.com. We're doing a webinar special, so please take advantage of the webinar special. You have to have a place an order with us within 1 week of today. And like I said, we're answer any questions you have. You can call during work hours on the West Coast here. And much for taking the time to learn this here.